Hello everybody, I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jackson, official maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and today we're going to look at a couple of blog posts that just dropped, pretty much centering around the newest legendary to hit the World of Mayhem, Major Canasta. So we're going to jump into those blog posts, get you all up to date right now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is current reworks that just dropped, or balance changing. And it centers around hunters. Well, oddly enough, Major Canasta is a hunter. So let's take a look here and see what has been done. So the first character up is Van Wally. They've adjusted his stats. Defense increased by 7%, HP increased by 25%, and his speed increased by 8%. We all know that speed in turn base is king. All right, let's take a look at his moves real quick, and I think what you guys are going to see is something pretty interesting. A couple of things, actually. One, what the team is going to kind of center around, this hunter team, and kind of a side gimmick that it looks like they'll be able to deal with, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So, Cryptic Contraption now grants piercing up. Deal 85, tuned up to 100% damage to target enemy, gaining 1 tuned up to 2 piercing up. That's it going to be kind of a general theme, general, major, I know. But this is going to be kind of the theme that you're going to notice. It's going to be some countering, piercing up, and then there's even going to be penalties for reviving tunes. We'll see that here in just a moment. All right, the next move, Acme Monster Cage now also removes taunt. That's kind of big. I know that with playing with one of my favorite tunes right now, Hillbilly Hare, I will put him almost on any team just so that I can remove the taunt with him. So that's pretty big right there. And it deals 100 tuned up to 150 damage to target enemy, removing taunt and 20% turn meter. If this target is a monster, this is a critical hit. Now, before, his kit was really super tuned towards monsters, and it still is, but there's going to be a lot more use case for that as we scroll down and take a look at the rest of his kit. So Stinky Garlic is now replaced by Once is Enough. While his tune is in battle, all revived enemies become monsters. There you go. Whenever an enemy tune is revived, this tune silences and deals 15 up to 25% max health damage to them, gaining 30 tuned up to 50% turn meter. It used to just decrease enemies' lifesteal stat. Well, there was no need for that, but this right here, guys, if you can think about the different applications to this, let's say you're taking this hunter team versus the divines. Well, now all of them are monsters, and they're being treated like monsters. All right, well, let's see what else that means. Well, one, we know that when they become monsters, for one, he's going to silence them, which is pretty strong. The other thing we'll see in the kit here in just a moment. Static Bomb cooldown resets whenever an enemy revives. Deal 80 tuned up to 100% damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to stun each enemy monster. See, there we go, the monster tag again. Whenever an enemy revives, reset the cooldown of this ability. Again, I know that hunters versus monsters, I get that. But I'm looking at these two right here, and as a person that plays Divine pretty heavily, this could be a problem for me. All right, so Watch the Shadows has an extra effect against monsters. See, here we go. So this is what I'm saying. Yes, this works against monsters, but as soon as you revive somebody with Divine, they become monsters, and all this other stuff is working against them. So whenever an enemy gains hidden or speed up, this tune gains 20% turn meter and 1 tuned up to 2 attack up for 1 tuned up to 2 turns. If this enemy is a monster, inflict them with 2 to 4 attack down. So literally what's happening here is, if you're not going up against a monster team, it'll be a monster team before long if they revive anything. So that's pretty strong right there. And even without the monster parts, good rework there. All right, the next rework we're going to talk about, or balance change, Outback Dog. Now, Both Van Wiley and Outback Dog, we've seen their names popped up in featured tune lists for the past month. And we were all kind of going, why is that? That didn't make any sense. Well, I think we can pay a little bit closer attention to this featured tune list and play some of these things are not like the others and start trying to maybe speculate a little bit about the different teams for these new tunes coming out. And like I've said on here before, any tune is a good tune. It's just one rework away. Well, what we've been seeing with team composition lately, and I actually really do enjoy it, is that we'll have a new tune, maybe two. And then we've got some rework tunes that we've already got, and now they've got a whole new usefulness to it. So that's pretty cool. And these are two tunes right here, Van Wiley and Outback Dog, who had their uses, but let's be honest, it was very limited. And now I think, at least on the Van Wiley side, that definitely opens things up. Let's look at Outback Dog. Throw stick now inflicts defense down. Hit target enemy 2 times for a total of 80, tuned up to 110% damage, inflicting defense down with each hit. That's pretty good right there. Wilderness Guide now grants Hunter team members lifesteal. All right, so now it's getting bonkers, okay? Unless silenced or incapacitated, grant your team plus 50% counter chance, and all Hunter team members have 25% lifesteal. Yeah, sure. That right there, pretty decent, guys. When I first saw that, I was like, wow, really? So now not only can they counter, not only do they have piercing up, not only do they have an answer for revives, but yeah, throw some lifesteal in it. Why not? All right, Watch the Teeth grants piercing up to Hunter team members. And again, I said that was going to be a reoccurring theme. Whenever a team member counters, and that's the other reoccurring theme, counters, grant it 1 tuned up to 3 attack up for 1 tuned up to 3 turns. If it's a Hunter, grant it 1 tuned up to 3 piercing up for 1 tuned up to 2 turns as well. So again, countering piercing up, countering piercing. All right, Jungle Remedy reworked, and they actually just straight said, hey, we reworked it. Heal for 20, tuned up to 35% max health, cleansing 4, tuned up to 5 debuffs, gaining hidden and 50% turn meter. The heal is now based on max health, and scaling was reviewed. Debuffs cleanse scaling was 4 up to 6, now it does 5. But now it also grants hidden and turn meter, so as opposed to it taking that 6 debuff off, looks like they stripped that, and now you gain hidden and turn meter. They also reviewed the relationships for Outback Dog, removed the Hunter's rivalry, and if he's going to be part of a Hunter team, you definitely, that can't be on there. And Explorer's friendship replaced with Hunter's friendship. And here's their thought process on this. The Hunters have been in a weird place for a while, haven't they? You've got legendaries coming and going, a ton of effects all thrown around. There hasn't been an actual unity in the sense that you can put a bunch of Hunters together and end up with an optimal team. With Major Canasta and Contraptionist Egghead on the horizon, we want to start looking over Hunters in general and give them a fixed identity, along with giving some of our favorite Hunters a bit of a push to get them started. We hope that this will allow for creation of better, more intuitive compositions. There were some other bug fixes where they replaced Masked Avengers and Western type hero, aka Duck in a Hat, Nemesis for all Daffy Ducks instead. Elf Daffy Duck had a magic relationship that was not showing, so that's been fixed. Alchemist Frankenbeans, the description of Enfeebling Elixir has been changed for better understanding. Rapscallion, this is actually a big one here. Rapscallion, reduced to ashes, now removes all damage immunity. Nice. Jesterbug's Long Task now rewards 2 to 6 character pieces. And Vampire Ralph fixed Life Drinker not being triggered for tunes revived by Dr. Frankenbeans. It's alive. So there are the reworks right there, the balance changes, if you will. We've got one more blog to take a look at, so let's take a look at that, and that is about the event itself coming up tomorrow. Yeah, right here tomorrow. We'll be live for the event at twitch.tv/Mr901 Tommy Jacks, and let's take a look at what we've got in store for this event tomorrow. So Major Canasta coming out tomorrow, good team combinations, and here we are. Proof is in the pudding. Major Canasta, Van Wally, Outback Dog, Contraptionist, Egghead coming soon. We know that he's coming next Friday. So it's a 4-day event duration. Your featured tunes for this event: Major Canasta, Van Wally, Outback Dog, Flamingo Prissy, Gentleman Peppy, Matador Bugs, Presto Pig, Iron Mutt, The Flaming Succotash, Super Coyote, Elmer Fudd, Marvin Fudd. One thing I want you guys to take a close look at. Take a close look at this. Flamingo Prissy, PTL tune, Path to Legendary, Presto Pig, Iron Mutt, Flaming Succotash. Path to Legendary tunes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So keep that in mind as you're going through your exchanges. And let's take a look at that real quick. So here's the general highlights. Bring featured tunes into 4 exciting campaigns: Straight Shooting, A Hunting He Will Go, The Harder They Fall, and The Hunter's Challenge. Be sure to stay on the lookout for monocles and blunderbuss tokens. Monocles can be used towards special event exchanges, and blunderbusses can be used towards the blunderbuss exchange for a chance at unlocking Major Canasta. Also, collect major hats that can be used to spin the legendary Major Wheel for guaranteed Major Canasta pieces. So, our MacGuffins of this event are going to be monocles, blunderbusses, and major hats. So this is going to be similar to the way that we've seen non-PTO legendaries come out all the way back to Lunar Toro, where there's a wheel you can hit them on. There's some exchange for tune pieces. There's campaigns where you can get tune pieces for them. But also there's that exchange. Same thing for QB Daffy. All right, you can also participate in solo tournaments to win great prizes and complete limited time quests for nifty rewards. I got it. All right, so exchange your monocles in our event store for tune pieces for Van Wally, Flamingo Prissy, Gentleman Peppy, Matador Bugs, Presto Pig, Iron Mutt, The Flaming Succotash, Super Coyote, Outback Dog, Elmer Fudd, and Marvin Fudd, as well as tune-up materials. This is good, guys. Including anvils, dynamites, and skulls of all rarities, and infinity formula, and secret stuff. This is all good. This is something they had talked about that they wanted to start doing with events to help the crunch on basic materials. You can also exchange your blunderbusses in the event store for golden tickets, Tasmanian tune-up materials, energy, tune pieces for Major Canasta, and other featured tunes. So there's going to be a few different campaigns for this. You want to take a look at this. The Straight Shooting campaign is a daily campaign that contains 1 chapter. Complete daily to earn rewards and complete special requests. Now, we're kind of used to this too. Each day, each out of the 4 days, there's going to be a new one of these. You want to make sure that you do them every day. They're usually very low powered, so get after that the minute the event starts. A Hunting He Will Go campaign contains 2 chapters: Battle for Major Canasta character pieces and Farm for monocles and blunderbusses. Chances are that may be the quote-unquote unlock campaign, but chances are it's not going to give you quite enough to unlock him, if we've seen from past events. So it's just basically trying to get him to that next star, trying to get a few more pieces for him. And then, of course, we'll be able to farm the other things that we can exchange for. The Harder They Fall campaign contains 2 chapters, unlock Major Canasta, and bring 3 featured event tunes to battle in this legendary campaign. Right here it says unlock Major Canasta here. So we'll have to take a look at this tomorrow on stream when it hits and see exactly what that means there. The Hunter's Challenge campaign contains 1 chapter, battle with only Major Canasta, Van Wally, and Outback Dog in this difficult challenge, and that's pretty much like an Inferno campaign. Of course, there's limited time quest where you can earn Major Canasta, Van Wally, Outback Dog, Gentleman Peppy, Marvin Fudd, Elmer Fudd, gold gems, gold medals, gold tickets, Vile Cocktails, Cosmic Stones, blunderbusses, and more. And of course, there are also solo tournaments, and we'll take a look at all of that live tomorrow, twitch.tv/Mr901 Tommy Jacks. All right, guys, that's what we've got. We've got an event coming up tomorrow. We've got tunes that are reworked to work with this new tune. We've got a Hunters team that's all but here. And I'm kind of hyped about it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, as always. And while you're here, do me a favor. beat the teetotal hell out of that sub button. Make sure you've smashed it. Make sure you bang that bell. And while you're here, hell, throw a like on this thing while you're at it. And until next time, guys, stay loony. And we're going to catch you down the road.